Okay, so here we are. I am just starting first of, well, I don't know if it's going to be a series at this point, but I am going to do No Man's Sky live stream with my, essentially really my own No Man's Sky live stream with what is essentially my own Corvette that I've built. I actually have been through the Corvette Expedition. I suppose I could have live streamed and shared that one, but I decided to kind of pound through that one and see what kind of happened. Anybody that would like to hop in, like anybody at all that would like to hop in, say hi, chat with me a little bit, you're welcome to. I just have my chat up on my phone. Anybody that would like to have a look at the ship, which is named the Claudel, branch of my mother's side of the family who were medics and who were ambassadors and diplomats in the old French aristocracy. Anyway, here we have another one of the big sinkholes on what I am thinking of as being my home, kind of home world. This place, which is called Nina's 17, which I've managed to find all of the plants and minerals, but not all of the critters here. So I've decided to try to do a little hunt for the remaining 4 animals that are on this world and try to categorize them, I suppose. Not anything really super exciting, although I have occasionally gotten into some pretty big knockdown, drag-out fights with the sentinels that like to come and kind of see what you're doing and try to stop you. Here we are. Real sessile mobile plant creature. They're always fun. Known as Sea Windrahiotai. And they're fun. They're not aggressive, they're not hostile. They make them a pet. And there's stuff like this, which is fun. Getting into the Minecraftness of this world. Switch on over. Oh yeah, the multi-tool that I found and earned while I was playing the Corvette Expedition, which even though it's a Class C, it has some really, really powerful weapons. Blaze Javelin, the what is it called? Kind of like essentially a shotgun sort of thing. Blaze Javelin, which fires a pretty severe, pretty powerful pulse if you can line it up on something pretty well, and then just my usual rapid fire blaster, and of course there's the mining laser itself. I've managed to find add-ons for my scanner that allow me to make just a ridiculous amount of money for whatever new thing that I find. But okay, take that. Bit by bit, played and as I've uncovered and unlocked things that are sort of almost sort of hidden stuff, but they're stuff that doesn't really get a lot of exposure or explanation at times. There's a whole mechanic where you can find derelict starships and board them and find stuff called tainted metal for one particular type of shop owner in the star, or in the space stations and different systems. Scrap metal. There's a whole hidden thing that allows you to be able to collect missiles or sentinel interceptors and have pretty cool. But it's another sort of quasi-hidden thing that happens that you have to really be kind of on your game to kind of make it happen. So what I am doing currently is, again, it might not be like the most exciting thing you've ever seen, but it is a mission I decided to take on for myself. And that is just, apparently there's some kind of nice reward if you can catalog every animal, plant, and mineral on a given world. So, what I'm doing is take a minute and just kind of slug it out and see. Slug it out and see if I can find any hidden critters that are supposed to be underground and underwater. Those are the two things that are supposed to be found from the description. So I'm and of course, one thing that I have done is I've managed to trick out my exosuit with the Class S bio, heat, cold, radioactive, and oxygen filtration for underwater stuff, add-ons for this suit, so that it takes a while for any local conditions to start to affect my character. Got a bunch of, what is that? Six different add-ons to go along with complement the jetpack. Pretty wild. All of them S-class, so you don't have to see about maybe upgrading, except that you can only upgrade stuff so far before it starts to say overloaded technology, overpowered. You don't actually do that stuff you want to do. But yeah. Just life support, translator, and through the all of the stuff. I tried to do all the stuff that I felt like that was essentially the tutorial stuff. There was a bunch of stuff that was essentially tutorial business. That the Atlas Path and just a bunch of stuff building your base. There's a number of things like that. That were kind of part of acquainting you with gathering all the materials and refining the materials and building all the stuff you need. Everything. One thing I've not done yet is build an an underwater base is the only thing I haven't really plunged into yet, but it hasn't really been really all that necessary. I haven't really prioritized it. Although I suppose I could. It might not be a bad thing to try to head down that path and kind of see what happens. If there are any perks when I do, although I feel like as far along as developers in this game are, Candle Kelp. 29,000? Did I just find... Tell me. I know it's not terribly exciting, but... So 10 discovered is not telling me how many of these are. 16, so I just found another plant that I was not aware of that existed. And that's, not the most exciting thing I've ever seen, but one thing that it does do... What's this? Lots of routine. Skew. Just look it up. See what is what in there. At some point I'll need to make my way out of this to move on. Find the underwater critters that... Is that a thing? Okay. Some things are nocturnal, some things are underwater. It's wild stuff. Like this thing. You can replenish your oxygen problem. That's nice. Not something that I knew. I am happy to know it. No? So yeah, this particular world, which I kind of consider one of my two principal home bases that I'll warp back to every now and again, are this one in particular has this interesting... Oh, just finding all kinds of stuff. Our Lovedelia. Oh, it even has a cutesy name. Okay, but the thing I'm primarily concerned with is finding critters, animal friends that might be living down in these caves. For people that are a little claustrophobic, I want to apologize. It is actually, even though I'm not necessarily claustrophobic, but just being in an enclosed space tends to make me a little anxious, maybe. If I'm playing, for instance, if I'm playing Minecraft, as an example, if I am playing Minecraft, and I find myself, I find myself underground, alright, so, see what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get out of here, and, yeah, okay, so it's a whole maze of tunnels that winds underneath. This big sinkhole, like I was saying, this particular world has this sort of savanna biome, and then it has these sinkholes, which I've actually built my primary base in one of these, what I call RA Base 1. That is a weird, weird sound.